3 weeks from today, I was supposed to marry the love of my life. 4 years together, 8 months engaged, and everything was perfect. Diane and I had the venue booked, invitations sent, honeymoon planned. Her bachelorette party in Vegas was this weekend. Mine was a quiet mountain trip with the boys. I trusted her completely. Then my phone buzzed at 2 in the morning. A text from an unknown number. A video attached. I pressed play, and in 15 seconds my entire world collapsed. Everything I believed about love, trust, and the woman wearing my ring just shattered. Before I tell you what was in that video, I need to ask you something. Where are you watching this from? Drop your location in the comments and hit that like button. And if you want to hear what happens when the person you trust most betrays you in the worst way imaginable, make sure you subscribe, because what I discovered that night changed everything. I thought I knew about the woman I was about to marry. Now let me take you back to where it all started. Diane and I met 4 years ago on a dating app. I know, not the most romantic story, but our first date was magic. She was 23, then working her way up in marketing. I was 24, a software engineer who spent too much time coding and not enough time living. She changed that. Diane was vibrant, full of energy, always laughing. She made life feel lighter. I proposed 8 months ago, at the same beach where we had our first date. Got down on one knee at sunset, the whole romantic setup. She cried, said yes, before I even finished asking. We started planning immediately. Diane wanted a lakeside wedding. Something elegant, but not too formal. We booked a beautiful venue, upstate capacity, for 150 guests. Everything fell into place. The florist, the photographer, the caterer. We tasted 17 different wedding cakes before choosing vanilla bean with raspberry filling. Our bachelor and bachelorette parties were scheduled for the same weekend, 2 weeks before the wedding. My best friends, Jake, Ryan, and Marcus, rented a cabin in the Colorado mountains. The plan was simple: hiking, fishing, poker nights, beer around a campfire. Nothing crazy. Just quality time before I became a married man. Diane and her 8 girlfriends had different plans. Las Vegas. When she first told me, I felt a small knot in my stomach. Vegas has a reputation, and her maid of honor, Kimberly, definitely lived up to it. Kimberly was Diane's college roommate, the type who posted club photos at 3 in the morning and dated a different guy every month. I never said anything because Diane always assured me she was not like that. The week before we left, Diane kept talking about the trip. Kimberly had booked a suite at the Cosmopolitan. They had dinner reservations, show tickets, spa appointments. It all sounded innocent enough. The night before her flight, we had dinner at home. Diane made my favorite pasta dish. She held my hand across the table and said she would miss me. I kissed her forehead and told her to have fun, let loose a little. She deserved it after all the wedding stress. Friday morning, I drove her to the airport. She wore a light blue sundress. Her dark hair pulled back in a ponytail. The engagement ring I spent 3 months saving for sparkled on her finger. She kissed me goodbye, said she loved me, promised to text when she landed. I watched her walk through security, feeling grateful. In 3 weeks, she would be my wife. My flight to Colorado left 2 hours later. The guys picked me up at the airport in a rented SUV. We drove through mountain roads, windows down, music playing. The cabin was perfect. 2 stories, wood interior. A huge deck overlooking pine trees. We unpacked, cracked open beers, started the grill. Ryan asked if I had heard from Diane. I checked my phone. She had sent a photo from the pool at her hotel cocktail, in hand, sunglasses on. The caption said "Vegas baby" with a bunch of emojis. I showed the guys and we laughed. That night, we played poker until midnight. Jake told terrible jokes. Marcus complained about his job. Ryan gave me advice about marriage, even though he had only been with Sarah for a year. It was exactly what I needed. Simple, easy, comfortable. Around 11, I texted Diane good night. She responded with a heart emoji and said she was heading to dinner. I fell asleep feeling content. Saturday morning, I woke up to birds chirping outside. Mountain air filled the room. I checked my phone immediately. Diane had not responded to my goodnight message. I sent another text. Good morning, beautiful. Hope you are not too hungover. Miss you. 2 hours passed. Nothing. Finally, around noon, my phone buzzed. Hey, babe. Crazy night, lol. Talk later, XX. Something felt off. Diane always texted paragraphs, never short messages, and crazy night made my stomach twist, but I pushed it away. She was with her friends having fun. I was probably overthinking. The guys and I went hiking that afternoon. 6 miles through rocky trails, elevation gains that left us breathing hard. It should have cleared my mind, but I kept thinking about that text. Saturday evening, we sat around a campfire. Jake roasted marshmallows. Ryan poked at the flames with a stick. Then he said something that made my chest tighten. Have you heard from Diane? Sarah mentioned the girls are going pretty wild in Vegas. I tried to play it cool. Yeah, she is having a blast. It is her last hurrah before becoming Mrs. Ernest Thompson. Jake leaned forward, firelight reflecting off his face. Dude, Vegas bachelorette parties can get insane. You sure you trust Kimberly? That girl is wild. I felt defensive immediately. Diane is not like that. She knows her limits. Marcus, always the worrier, added his thoughts. I am just saying, man, I have seen things happen in Vegas. Alcohol, male strippers, peer pressure. Good people make bad choices. I laughed, but it sounded forced. Guys, stop. I trust her completely. But their words planted seeds of doubt. After everyone went to bed, I checked Instagram. Diane had posted a story 3 hours ago. She was in a nightclub, lights flashing, music pounding. The video showed her, and the girls taking shots, dancing, screaming with laughter. Kimberly was front and center, absolutely drunk. I sent Diane a message. Looks like you are having a blast. Be safe, okay? The message showed as delivered, but not read. 3 hours passed. Still nothing. I tried to sleep, but kept checking my phone every 20 minutes. At 2:17 in the morning, my phone vibrated. I grabbed it instantly. Unknown number. Las Vegas area code. My heart started pounding before I even opened the message. You need to see this. I am sorry, man. Below the text was a video file. My hands shook as I pressed play. The video was clearly shot in a nightclub. Loud music thumped in the background. The camera focused on a VIP section with leather couches and bottle service. And there, sitting on the lap of a man I had never seen before, was Diane. She wore a tight red dress I did not recognize. The man, tall with dark hair and an expensive watch, had his arm wrapped around her waist. Diane was laughing, head thrown back. She took a sip of champagne, then turned toward him and kissed him. Not a friendly peck, a real kiss. Intimate, deliberate. The video lasted 15 seconds, but felt like 15 years. I watched it again, and again. 5 times total. Each time hoping I had seen it wrong. Maybe the lighting was bad. Maybe it was not her. But there was no mistake. The red dress, her hair, the engagement ring glittering under the club lights. That was my fiancée kissing another man. My first thought was maybe someone drugged her. Maybe she was too drunk to know what she was doing. But even as I thought it, I knew I was making excuses. She looked coherent in the video. Aware. Happy. I texted back the unknown number. Who is this? Where did you get this? The reply came instantly. I work at the club. Saw the ring on her finger, felt bad for you. They left together around 1 in the morning. Sorry, bro. Then another message. I got the guy's receipt if you want it. His name is Travis. Paid $2,000 for bottle service. I felt sick. Actually nauseous. I stumbled out of bed, went to the bathroom, splashed cold water on my face, looked at myself in the mirror. In 3 weeks, I was supposed to stand at an altar and promise forever to someone who just threw away 4 years for a stranger in Vegas. I pulled up Instagram again. Diane's latest story was from an hour ago. Her and the girls leaving the club stumbling on the sidewalk, laughing hysterically. But no sign of the man from the video. I took screenshots of everything. The video, the messages, her Instagram stories, evidence. Then I called Diane. Straight to voicemail. She had either turned off her phone or the battery died. I tried 3 more times. Nothing. I sat on the edge of the bathtub, head in my hands. Jake must have heard me moving around because he knocked on the door. Dude, what is wrong? I could not answer. Could not form words. He sat next to me on the bathroom floor. Did not ask questions. Just sat there while I tried to breathe. Eventually, I showed him the video. Jake's face went from confused to angry in seconds. Ernest, man, I am so sorry. I finally let myself cry. The first time since my father died 5 years ago. Everything hurt. My chest, my throat, my entire body. How could she do this? We were getting married. We had a life planned. Was I not enough? Did 4 years mean nothing? As the sun came up, I called Diane again. This time she answered. Her voice was groggy, tired. Hey baby, sorry I missed your calls last night. We got in so late. I am exhausted. I kept my voice steady. Where were you last night? Diane paused. What do you mean? We went to that new club XS, then came back to the hotel. Why, is everything okay? Were you alone? Another pause, longer this time. Ernest. I was with the girls. What is going on? You are scaring me. I took a breath. I saw the video, Diane. The silence that followed was deafening. 10 full seconds of nothing. Then her voice small and shaky. What video? I do not know what you are talking about. I sent it to her through iMessage. Heard her gasp on the other end. Oh my God. Ernest, that is not what it looks like. I was so drunk. He was just some random guy. It did not mean anything. It was stupid. I am so sorry. My hands clenched around the phone. You kissed him, Diane. You were sitting on his lap. Our wedding is in 3 weeks, and you were all over some stranger. She started crying. Full sobs. Baby, please. It was a huge mistake. Kimberly dared me. Everyone was drinking. I do not even remember his name. Please, you have to believe me. I love you. I want to marry you. I felt nothing. Just cold emptiness. You came back to the hotel at 6 in the morning. Your friend Jennifer told me your dress was wrinkled. Do not lie to me. Her crying stopped abruptly. Who told you that? Ernest, are you having me followed? I almost laughed. Answer the question, Diane. Where were you? Until 6 in the morning. She was quiet for a long time. Then barely a whisper. Okay, we went back to his hotel room. But we just talked. I fell asleep on his couch. That is all that happened. I swear on everything. I woke up, realized how bad it looked, and ran back to my hotel. I felt so ashamed. But nothing happened, Ernest. You have to believe me. Do you actually expect me to believe that? You went back to his hotel, stayed there for 5 hours, and just talked. She was crying again. It is the truth. Please, Ernest. Come home. Let us talk face to face. I will do anything. Cancel the Vegas trip. Come home right now. Just please. Do not give up on us. I thought about the wedding venue. And, too. Trap. I will. The deposits we had paid. The invitations already mailed. Our families excited for the big day. Then I thought about Diane kissing that man. Sitting on his lap. Leaving the club with him. And I knew exactly what I needed to do. But I did not tell her. Not yet. I need time to think, Diane. I will talk to you when you get back. She begged me not to hang up, but I did anyway. Then I texted the unknown number again. Can you send me that receipt? And do you know anything else? Within minutes I had a photo of a credit card receipt. Travis Holden. I Googled the name immediately. Travis Holden, 35 years old real estate investor based in Las Vegas. His Instagram was public. Photos of expensive cars, luxury watches, bottle service, at clubs. And his most recent story, posted 3 hours ago, was a photo taken in a hotel suite. The caption read, "What happens in Vegas?" with a winking emoji. In the corner of the photo, barely visible, was a red handbag. The same red handbag Diane carried in her Instagram story from the club. I called Sarah Ryan's girlfriend. She answered on the fourth ring, voice cautious. "Ernest, hi. Is everything okay? I did not have time for small talk." "Sarah, I need you to tell me the truth. What happened last night at the club?" She sighed deeply. "Ernest, I really do not want to get in the middle of this. Please, Sarah, I already know some of it. I just need the full picture." Another sigh. We went to XS around 10. Kimberly had reserved a VIP section. There were guys there already friends of the club promoter or something. They started buying us drinks. Diane was really drunk, Ernest. This guy Travis was hitting on her hard. And Kimberly kept encouraging it, saying it was her last night of freedom, that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I tried to get Diane to leave, but she was not listening. My jaw clenched. "Did she leave with him?" Sarah hesitated. "I left around midnight. I was tired and honestly uncomfortable with the whole scene. When I left, Diane was still there with Travis. I am so sorry, Ernest. I should have stayed. I should have stopped her." I thanked her and hung up. I tried calling Jennifer next. No answer. So, I texted. "I know what happened. I just need to know if she slept with him." Jennifer responded after 5 minutes. "I honestly do not know for sure. But she did not come back to our suite until 6 in the morning. Her makeup was smeared. Her dress was wrinkled. She went straight to the shower and would not talk to anyone." I am really sorry, Ernest. The guys found me sitting on the deck staring at nothing. I told them everything. Jake was furious. "You cannot marry her after this man. You just cannot." Marcus agreed. I hate that I was right. "But Ernest, you deserve better than this." Ryan, always the practical one, asked the important question. "What are you going to do?" I had been thinking about it all morning. The anger had settled into something colder, more calculated. "I am canceling the wedding, but I am not telling her yet." They all looked confused. "What do you mean?" Jake asked. I explained my plan. Let Diane fly home, act like I was still considering forgiveness, go through with wedding preparations. Then on the actual wedding day, expose everything in front of everyone. Marcus's eyes went wide. "Dude, that is brutal." I looked at him. She humiliated me. She threw away 4 years for one night with a random guy. She lied about it repeatedly. Everyone who is coming to that wedding deserves to know what kind of person they are celebrating. Ryan looked uncertain. "Are you sure, man? That is going to hurt a lot of people." I nodded. "Good. Maybe it will teach them something about trust." Over the next hour, I contacted Travis through a fake Instagram account. Pretended to be someone who knew him from the club scene. "Hey man, heard you had a wild night with some engaged chick at XS. His response came quick. "Haha, yeah bro, crazy night. She was engaged too, felt kinda bad, but she was all over me." "What can you do?" I pushed further. "Did you guys hook up?" Travis sent a laughing emoji. "I never kiss and tell, man, but let us just say she did not leave until morning. Her friends were blowing up her phone, but she kept ignoring them. Girl knew what she wanted." I screenshot everything. Then, I contacted the club manager, said I needed security footage for legal reasons. Offered $500. He sent me a link to download the full video from multiple angles. Diane and Travis leaving together, his arm around her waist, kissing in the lobby, getting into a cab. When I got home 2 days later, Diane was waiting at my apartment. She looked terrible. Eyes red and swollen. Hair unwashed. She ran to me the second I walked in. "Ernest, please. I am so sorry. It will never happen again. I made the biggest mistake of my life. Please, forgive me. I let her hug me but did not hug back. I need time to process this, Diane. But we have a wedding in 2 weeks. We have vendors paid guests flying in. Let us just focus on getting through that first. Hope lit up her face. So, you are not canceling, I met her eyes. I did not say that. I said we will talk after we get through the wedding logistics. It was not a lie technically. She nodded eagerly. Okay, yes. Whatever you need. I will make this right, Ernest. I promise. The next 2 weeks were the longest of my life. Diane tried everything to win me back. She cooked my favorite meals, bought me gifts, left love notes around the apartment, offered to go to couples therapy. Every night she cried and apologized. I remained cold, distant, but I did not cancel the wedding. I confirmed final details with vendors, attended the rehearsal dinner, smiled for family photos. Everyone commented on how happy we looked. My friends questioned my plan multiple times. Are you absolutely sure about this? Jake asked the night before the wedding. We were at my apartment, just the 4 of us. I showed them all the evidence I had compiled. The videos, the messages from Travis, the statements from Sarah and Jennifer. The timeline that proved Diane lied about everything. She could have told me the truth, I said quietly. At any point in the last 2 weeks, she could have been honest. But she kept lying, kept manipulating, kept acting like it was just a drunken kiss when she spent the night in his hotel room. So yes, I am sure. The wedding day arrived with perfect weather. 72 degrees, clear, blue sky, light breeze off the lake. The venue looked beautiful, white flowers everywhere. Chairs arranged in neat rows. A string quartet playing classical music. 147 guests had shown up. Family members I had not seen in years. Diane's entire extended family, friends from college, co-workers. Everyone dressed in their best cameras, ready excited to witness our love story. I wore my tailored navy suit, hair freshly cut, boutonniere pinned perfectly. I looked like a man about to marry the love of his life. Inside, I felt nothing but cold determination. The guys stood beside me at the altar. Jake kept giving me looks that asked last chance to back out. I shook my head slightly. This was happening. Then the music changed. Everyone stood. Diane appeared at the end of the aisle on her father's arm. Her dress was stunning. Fitted lace bodice flowing train veil that caught the sunlight. She looked like a princess from a fairy tale. Her father beamed with pride. Her mother dabbed tears from her eyes. Diane's smile was radiant as she walked toward me. She reached the altar. Her father kissed her cheek, shook my hand, sat down. Diane took my hands. Hers were shaking slightly. The officiant, a friend of my family, began the ceremony. Standard words about love and commitment and partnership. I barely heard them. I was focused on the projector screen behind us. The guys had set it up that morning, told everyone it was for a slideshow of our relationship photos. Nobody questioned it. The officiant reached the vows portion. Ernest, do you take Diane to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part? I looked at Diane. Her eyes were shining with tears of joy. Then I looked at the crowd. Actually, I need to say something first. The officiant looked confused. Ernest, this is not really the time for. I took the microphone from the sound system. This will only take a minute. The crowd murmured. Diane's face went pale. Ernest, what are you doing? She whispered. I turned to address everyone. Thank you all for coming today. I know many of you traveled far to be here. That means a lot. More confused murmurs. I continued. I want to talk about trust, about honesty, about what marriage is really built on. Diane grabbed my arm. Ernest, please. I gently removed her hand. 2 weeks ago, Diane went to Las Vegas for her bachelorette party. I stayed behind, went to the mountains with my friends. I trusted her completely. I pulled out the remote for the projector. But trust is a fragile thing. I pressed play. The video filled the massive screen. Crystal clear footage from the club. Diane, on Travis's lap. The kiss. Their hands, all over each other. The crowd gasped collectively. Someone screamed. Diane's mother stood up. What is this? What is going on? The video continued. Diane and Travis leaving the club. Kissing in the lobby. Getting into the cab together. I paused it. The room erupted. People talking over each other. Diane was crying, trying to grab the remote. Ernest, stop. Please. I stepped away from her. That is not all. I switched to the next video. Security footage from the hotel hallway. Timestamp showed 1:37 in the morning. Diane and Travis stumbling toward his room. Kissing against the wall. Entering the room together. I fast-forwarded. And here she is leaving. The timestamp read 6:14 in the morning. Her dress wrinkled. Makeup ruined. Walking quickly toward the elevator. The room was chaos now. Diane's father was on his feet. This is outrageous. Turn that off. But I was not done. I also have messages from the man involved. I displayed screenshots on the screen. Travis bragging about hooking up with an engaged woman. His comments about how she ignored her friends' calls because she knew what she wanted. Diane collapsed into a chair. Sobbing uncontrollably. Kimberly rushed up to the altar. You are a monster. How dare you humiliate her like this? I looked at her calmly. I am not the one who encouraged her to cheat. Multiple witnesses said you kept telling her it was her last night of freedom. That what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You helped destroy this relationship. I turned back to the crowd. I brought you all here today because you deserve to know the truth. You were about to celebrate a marriage built on lies. Diane cheated on me 2 weeks before our wedding. Then she lied about it repeatedly. She had every chance to tell the truth to own her mistake. She chose deception instead. I set the microphone down. Looked at Diane one last time. She was barely recognizable through her tears. I cannot marry someone who betrayed me like this. This wedding is canceled. I am sorry you all came out here for nothing. But I refuse to spend my life with someone I cannot trust. I walked off the altar. Down the aisle. Past shocked faces and whispers. My friends followed me. Behind us, the venue dissolved into chaos. Diane screaming my name. Her family yelling. Guests filming everything on their phones. I got to the parking lot, got in my car, and drove away. Left behind the flowers, the cake, the carefully planned future. All of it. The aftermath was brutal. Diane's family called me every name imaginable. Her mother left a voicemail calling me cruel and heartless. Several of her relatives posted on social media about what a terrible person I was. But others reached out with support. Sarah sent a long message saying, I did the right thing. Several wedding guests texted to say they respected my decision. Even some of Diane's friends admitted she deserved what happened. Diane called me 3 days after the wedding. I almost did not answer, but curiosity won. Her voice was hoarse. You humiliated me in front of everyone I know. My family will not speak to me. I lost my job because the video went viral. You destroyed my life. I felt no sympathy. I destroyed your life. You destroyed our relationship. You made the choice to cheat. You made the choice to lie. I just made sure people knew the truth. It was one mistake, one stupid night, her voice cracked. And I was willing to forgive you, I said quietly. If you had been honest. If you had told me the whole truth immediately. But you lied, Diane. Over and over. You let me think we had a future, while you knew what you had done. She sobbed. I was scared. I did not want to lose you. Well, you did. Goodbye, Diane. I blocked her number. Blocked her on all social media. asked our mutual friends not to discuss her with me. I needed to move forward, and that meant cutting her out completely. The first few weeks were horrible. I questioned everything. Did I overreact? Should I have handled it privately? Was public humiliation too much? But then I would remember her lies. The way she looked me in the eye and swore nothing happened. The messages from Travis. And I knew I made the right choice. She did not deserve my mercy. I threw myself into work, took on extra projects, worked late, every night. My boss noticed and gave me a promotion. The routine helped. Wake up, gym, work, home, sleep, repeat. Slowly the pain dulled. I started therapy to process everything. My therapist helped me understand that what I did was not about revenge. It was about self-respect. About refusing to be made a fool. 6 months later, I heard through mutual friends that Diane and Travis had dated briefly after the wedding disaster. He dumped her after 2 months. She tried reaching out to me through a new number. Ernest, you were right about everything. I was stupid and selfish. Travis was a mistake. You were the best thing in my life and I ruined it. Can we please just talk? I deleted the message without responding. Some bridges are burned for good reason. Around that same time, Marcus introduced me to his cousin Amy. She was a nurse at the local hospital, kind and genuine. We started as friends. Got coffee a few times. She knew my story because it had spread through our social circle. But she did not judge or pity me, just treated me like a normal person. Slowly, carefully, I started to trust again. We have been dating for 4 months now. Taking it slow. No rush. No pressure. I still think about Diane. Sometimes. Wonder if she ever really understood what she threw away. But mostly, I feel grateful. Grateful. The truth came out before I married her. Grateful I had the strength to walk away. Grateful for the lesson, even though it hurt like hell to learn it. Looking back now, that night in the cabin feels like it happened to someone else. The man who drove Diane to the airport, who trusted completely, who never imagined betrayal. That version of me died when I watched that video. What emerged was someone stronger, someone who knows his worth, someone who refuses to accept betrayal disguised as love. People still ask if I regret how I handled it. The public exposure. The dramatic revelation. And my answer is always the same. No. Because if I had done it privately, I would have spent the rest of my life wondering what people thought, wondering if they blamed me for the breakup, wondering if Diane spun the story to make herself the victim. This way everyone knew the truth. There was no ambiguity, no room for manipulation. Some will call that harsh. Maybe it was. But I learned something important through all of this. Standing up for yourself is not cruel. Accepting betrayal is. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. And I decided I would not tolerate lies. Would not tolerate being second choice. Would not build a life with someone who could throw away 4 years for one night with a stranger. Trust really is everything in a relationship. Without it, you have nothing but anxiety and suspicion. Once that trust breaks, it can never be fully repaired. You can patch it, tape it together, pretend it is fine, but the cracks remain. And eventually, they spread until everything shatters again. I also learned that real love does not involve betrayal. Real love does not need excuses or justifications. Real love does not happen at a Vegas nightclub, while your partner is in another state trusting you completely. Real love is consistent, honest, safe. What Diane and I had was not love. It was convenience and comfort and habit, but not love. The pain of ending that relationship was intense, but temporary. It lasted months, not years. But marrying her, that mistake would have been permanent. I would have spent my entire life wondering if she was faithful. Checking her phone. Questioning every girl's night out. That is not a marriage. That is a prison. So, I am grateful for that club employee who sent me the video. For Sarah and Jennifer, who told me the truth. For my friends who supported my decision even when they thought it was extreme. For the strength I found to walk away from someone I loved but could not trust. I am standing on my apartment balcony right now. The city lights spread out below. It is peaceful. Quiet. A year ago, I thought Diane was the one. Thought we would grow old together. Now I know better. The right person would never make you question their loyalty. Would never put you in a position to doubt them. Would never trade your future for a fleeting moment of excitement. Life goes on. Hearts heal. Trust can be rebuilt. Just not with people who shattered it. Amy and I are taking things day by day. She makes me laugh, makes me feel safe. And most importantly, she has never given me a reason to doubt her. That is what I deserve. That is what everyone deserves. I never saw Diane again after the wedding. Never spoke to her except that one phone call. And honestly, I did not want to. Some chapters close completely, and that is okay. What happened in Vegas did not stay in Vegas. And I am glad it did not. Because some truths need to be told no matter how much they hurt. Some betrayals need to be exposed, no matter who gets embarrassed. And some relationships need to end no matter how much history you share. So here is my question for you. Have you ever had to walk away from someone you loved because they broke your trust? How did you handle it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this story resonated with you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more real stories about life, love, and the hard choices we all face. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it helps someone out there. Make the choice that is right for them, even when it is the hardest choice they will ever make. Stay strong, stay honest, and never settle for less than you deserve. Take care.